So for the horse players out there and for those watching, I know this is something that many have advocated for a long time, but just briefly give us an overview of the major changes that have taken place for the gambler.
Well, it's really a simple change. Under the new regulations that actually became effective today, the IRS now is going to consider the inclusion of a bettor's entire investment in a single pari-mutuel pool when determining the amount wagered for purposes of reporting and withholding for tax purposes. Previously, what the IRS had done was to focus solely on the base amount of the wager. So if you're betting a pick six, you may invest $140 in that pick six. Your winning combination, however, because it was a $1 pick six, they would say you bet $1 into that pool, even though you know you put $140 in that pool. They only give you credit for $1. As a consequence, the 300 to 1 threshold, which is part of the very complicated thresholds for reporting withholding, were almost always hit because $1 times 300 almost always put an exotic wager into the reporting and withholding category. Now, that entire $140 would be considered as part of that pool, and in that situation, you go from withholding at $5,000 to withholding at $42,000. So you see, a player has to win a lot more money before withholding and reporting are triggered. So you go from a $600 reporting obligation, a $5,000 withholding obligation. Now, on that $140 pick six example, it goes to $42,000, and that's not hit very often. We think about 90% of the tickets that result in reporting and withholding will be eliminated by this change.
And boys, is this huge for the horizontal players, right? I mean, and back in the day, I mean, most of the players played vertically. Now at the pick threes, the pick fours, pick fives. You mentioned the pick six. I mean, this is giant. I mean, because back in the day, you bet 200 to win on a 20 to 1 shot. You get $4,000. You're not taxed. But as you mentioned, you know, you play a 50-cent pick four and you're spending $200, and maybe you hit it and only make a few hundred. You're getting taxed on that. So this is giant for the horizontal player.
I think you're right. We think it's going to eliminate about 90% of the tickets that result in withholding and reporting. I think that the beauty of this too, the implementation date was technically November 14th, but we were given the opportunity to move forward today if you were ready. And I just congratulate TVG and all the other wagering outlets out there who got the job done, and you're ready to go effective today to make this available to horse players. You didn't have to do that. I know the efforts that you undertook, but we applaud you because you're doing your part for the horse player. You're really doing your part for the entire industry, because the horse player is important in that they fuel the industry, but the benefits flow across the spectrum.